Let me try that again. Good morning, all. Hello, Dan. I saw you updating. Please feel free to share in chat. But it sounds like the basics of the conversation was hey, they're not going to be charging you some fee to exchange. Yeah, they're expecting it to revalue. No, they don't know when. I like the part, not a scam. Not that I need to hear that. Otherwise, why would Warren Buffett buy it? Why would so many treasuries and central banks hold their currency? Makes no sense when they say it is a scam. I mean, it just makes none. We don't know the timing. That's the important part. But I love it when a bank's like, yeah, no, this we're planning, this we're training. We just don't know what to tell you on timing. Ray, probably safer, and I don't have time. Much as I want to. Yeah, when is the haunting question? Is it not September mornings? But I do love the just reinforcement. It's always been a win, not an if. The question is, when's that stinking win? Broken spur. Wait, you hit the big what? Big 73 today. Broken spur, happy birthday. You are joining Rose. Farmer, you're just not right. Secretly, we all want to save for years. Well, in 2025, I shared my dong with a stranger. I see Britt celebrating his 61st. And no fun ad today to share with you guys, other than, hey, I'm enjoying some really tasty coffee this morning, Freedom Forged. I have been enjoying some like Fisherman's Blend too from Pacific Northwest that Kirby sent me as well. That was yesterday morning. Chad, I think tomorrow morning would be a good time for it. We'll go into everything we're hearing. Chuckle like a Santa. All right. Flight level. Jonas, I don't know, but we do have some very interesting things going on today. That is for certain. And the chatter, all the normal stuff. We do have Ron the Inventor joining us at the end today. Yeah, horse whisperer, that's the tough part. And unfortunately, that is what makes it so difficult. Horse whisperer, none of this makes sense to people who need money. That's just it. The RV doesn't care if you need money. They're just going through their fundamentals and changing. Unfortunately, so many people are hurting and are desperate. And I get that. I do. I've been there. The Navy D yesterday went to Chase. They had no counter, just an ATM and lots of cubicles. That many people doing personal business or something else? That's the question, right? It just doesn't make sense, does it? Troy, I'm glad to have you here. Doug celebrating a happy birthday. See, Flynn calling for Sidney Powell to be AG, Bondi out. I'd be good with that one. Very, very good with that one. Nothing like that. I always like that Lady Rebel. I'm just hanging out with you guys. We'll keep going. Nothing like looking around at the bare trees, brown grass, look over, see the green field of winter wheat. I always did like that in the rural South growing up. Kind of like a sign of the times. Holidays are coming. Didn't Powell plead out? Yeah, kind of, sort of. But you're going to have a really difficult time blaming Powell or even Giuliani at the time because they were facing extremely corrupt, weaponized, politicized prosecutors in a very rigged system. I don't blame them. Do not blame them at all. Anybody with a higher profile has had to do that. You got to quit looking at right and wrong sometimes on that one and go cover your butt. Let's see. Frank was excited last night about CBI announcing they changed value to NAR in December. We have a couple of things on that front and announcements coming for December out of Iraq. That's probably why they're excited, because we're seeing real pieces in their real news that could really affect us. So Ukraine, last hour, multiple news stories have agreed to U.S. peace deal, only minor changes. Yeah, we're going to cover that one this morning. Farmer, the referencing Ukraine tentatively agrees to Trump-backed peace plan, sending oil sliding. In other words, there's not a big war. Going to have plenty of oil coming from Russia as well. Prices should drop yet again. 6 dead as Russian missiles pummel Kiev overnight. Of course, Kiev killed 3 Russians on the other side of it, so it's tit for tat. I do find the irony of, or the hypocrisy, I should say, of Zelensky saying, I can't believe Trump's still attacking and killing people. Meanwhile, they're doing the same, attacking and killing people. Typical war. Jan, Militia Man had a great podcast last night about the rumor mill. We were supposed to get, and I just wasn't going to announce it, just in case. Militia Man was going to join us this morning, tentatively tomorrow morning now. He just had a lot of stuff come up this morning. We have been contacting back and forth, which awkward, because I prepared information for having him on. But we still have plenty to get through. Maybe it'll give us a chance to answer some questions, too. Hello, Gigi. Cody Boy. See, Militia Man read an official document from the Iraqi government outlining their strategy and revaluing their currency, exactly, and you and others have discussed, because it has been over and over and over documented in Iraq how they plan to handle it. And then everybody looks at us like, no matter how many times you share the links, no matter how many times you share the statements, they come up with their own world in their own head, and we're all crazy. Another one for us to talk about. Stan, Judge Curry dismissed cases on Comey and James, was elected during the Clinton administration, presided in Charleston, leans highly liberal. Yes, Stan, that's another thing for us to discuss this morning. Sluggo, no matter how many times you give them proof, 33% won't believe you. No, Sluggo, I think it's worse. I think 67% won't believe you, no matter how many times you share everything. Ellie, ski folks are salivating over Thanksgiving snowstorm coming to northern Michigan. They're going to be hitting the slopes. Jubilant. My girlfriend's from West Virginia. She pronounces sirloin. Sirloin. Regional. Different words, different. I get a hoot out of language differences around the world. I'll buy that one there, Sluggo. Let's see. Ron. This Ron celebrating big healthy 77. Happy birthday, Ron. Well, as in Ron Hines or Ronald. Chicago judge released 600 illegals. Any crime committed after that is going to be on that judge. That's my book. Hello, Miss Kukla. I saw you in there. Patriot hero, you're just going to have to decide whether you've got it to stick it out and make it to the end of this thing or not. I know it's tough, but that's the gut check that you all have to decide. If it's too much, either put it on a shelf. If that's not good enough and you're just one of those absolutists, sell it to a friend. Wish I had other advice for you, but that's the reality. If you mentally can't take it, you can't take it. Whoa, completed turkey drops. Gave away 355 turkeys this year. I love watching that humanity come out this time of year. Reading some of these. Let's see. I want to see the gold mankini prior to my birthday, December 16th. I think there's a great chance, Mama Bear. I'll wave it. on a stick like a flag, though, rather than you guys having to see me in it. Simon down, I'm with you. I'm in it for the long run. I've gone this far. If I have to take a break, I'll take the break. But I will see it to the finish. Yeah, Les Nessman, Joe, we shared that link this week already, or was it this weekend? Yeah, we shared it Saturday. It was awesome. Didn't throw them out of the helicopter. Frozen turkeys out of the helicopter. God is my witness. I thought they could fly. Les Nessman's boss. Les, the humanity. It's so funny. Mitchell, oh, yeah, no, you're talking about him. My bad. Steven on his 33rd. We need to, I am past time, guys. Let's get to it. Pitter patter. It is time. We're going to go right here. We're going to do the rumors. If we don't, you're going to get them all over the boards. People aren't going to know how to deal with them, but this is what I'm hearing on that side. I've got a number of folks reporting bond meetings throughout the week this week in Asia. They got their updates yesterday, so expect some kind of news throughout the week. I've got differing times, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, a number of contacts that are now there on the ground that have different appointments. Hopefully, we will get some news out of them. One that had one last week just told me how great it went. Won't give me anything else, which seems to be par for the course on those. Dan shared his information from his bank meeting, went for a sit down, said, yeah, no, we're not telling you it's a scam because they are talking about revaluing. We're preparing, but we don't know the timing. I thought that was great. Asked about rates. Hopefully I'm getting this correct, Dan. Straighten me out in chat if I got any of it wrong. So they were not going to charge an exchange fee. Pretty certain that's what I saw picked from his chat this morning. Yeah, let me see if I can get back to this one. Getting the something back when comedy was funny. It used to be. They're killing it. DC, I would not say nothing this week. I think it is a huge possibility still. We got a lot going on in Iraq to talk about too. Now, if Mr. C is correct, we may be getting our breaks as we are seeing possible breakthroughs this week from Russia-Ukrainian front. We will have Mr. C in at the end of the week to give us his thoughts, hopefully for a victory dance. Comments from Al Marsumi and Al Obadi. The new central mechanism angered speculators. Experts reveal the secret behind the dollar's jump. Okay, the dollar gained on the dinar in the market in the last couple of days in Iraq. I don't think there are anything less than 30 stories today on this front. And as to the why, this is very important, and very positive for us, showing us a temporary reason. Decline in the exchange rate of the dinar in the parallel market is linked to the imminent implementation of a new mechanism under which no bank will be allowed to carry out any bank transfers starting from the 1st of next month, starting December 1st, unless customs duties are calculated in advance. In other words, they're having to go from under the table, backroom deals in cash to real transfers, real transparency, real banking laws, which is going to be phenomenal for the Iraqi government. But it has the folks that have been enjoying the gray market in the background scrambling because they won't be able to get dollars. So they have been scrambling ahead of time, collecting them. Just like in the U.S., guys, if they were going to change from let's say a $500 limit per day, all you could withdraw, and they going to start asking all kinds of questions. You're only allowed to draw 200. How many of you guys will go out there every day if you had the money and withdraw everything you can for your own privacy, etc., and to save money? We all would. Normal. And that's what was going on. But I like that because it is telling us that as of 1/12, well, they do their dates backwards. As of December 1st, no bank will be allowed to carry out an overseas transfer unless custom duties are calculated in advance. Also, it is going to make certain that they are all transparent, handled within the banks legally. I find this one a great one. But it also tells you that there is a major change coming in the Iraqi banking system on the 1st. or by the 1st. That's why I think everybody's looking at date. Most of my sources are looking right, wrong. We don't know. They're looking between December 2nd and January 2nd. You see all these changes coming. I'm not saying it can't go before then. I'm not saying it can't go after then. I'm just giving you what they're thinking. Iraq cultural tourism will support 30% of the budget as they have been working on infrastructure. They have different groups, archaeological groups, in digging, restoring these archaeological sites. They're talking about 30% of the budget would come from cultural tourism. 95% comes from oil right now. They're changing that drastically in this year, cranking up manufacturing, development, road, finished products, meaning finished oil, finished petrochemicals. These are all things that they were not doing or taking advantage of before. Agriculture, big one. We just saw where Turkey is worried because billions and billions of dollars they have been selling to Iraq no longer needed because Iraq is starting to produce their own. It is exciting. It really does look like a beautiful country when you look at all these pictures and you go through them. Also on that cultural tourism, that is also part of their white paper, or what they call them, the white reforms. Help bring transparency, make the government safe, stable, the currency safe and stable, and to lift the purchasing power. Another one of those on the checklist. The region's finance committee raises October salary list to Baghdad. I'm jealous when I read this. Why am I jealous? They're doing something really cool in Iraq. Ministry of Finance and Economy in Kurdistan region announced on Tuesday, November 25th. That's today, guys. The raising of the October salary list to the Federal Ministry of Finance. Ministry said in a statement received by Baghdad today that the technical team in the Ministry of Finance and Economy in the Kurdistan region submitted today the October salary list to the Audit Bureau at the Federal Ministry of Finance to complete the financial procedures between the two sides. Wait, what does this mean? On November 20th, 2025, Ministry of Finance and Economy, the Kurdistan region, KRG, announced that the salaries of civil and military employees who did not register in the My Account project will be suspended based on the decision of the Federal Ministry of Finance, meaning they got to make certain they're real. If they can't show up, get a My Account, do everything right, show that they are who they say they are, that they truly need those funds, they can't get it. In the U.S., we talked about that with SNAP. We talked about that with so many different things because we have so many people that, as we find out, we do a partial audit. We find thousands don't really exist, people taking advantage of it. They're cleaning that system up completely. You don't get the money if you don't need the money, deserve the money, legally entitled to the money. Can we do that again? Barbie, nobody thinks they're moving the carrot but you. It's our mental approach. They're not moving the carrot. We're moving our expectations for it. I know it's a tough one, and it's like semantics. Al-Sudani affirms the government's keenness to develop relations with the United Nations. Prime Minister Shia Sudani affirmed today, keenness to develop relations with the United Nations. They had a sit down. Part of what they were discussing with their rep from the UN was the termination of the work of the UNAMI mission, the United Nations military action, aka from Gulf War, etc., as it is coming to its final conclusion. We were told long ago we would leave, and we were paid, and we are leaving. And they are discussing the final pieces of that. There are a lot of things coming together in Iraq all at one time that we were told to look for as very key pieces. And what's the word I'm looking for here? Kind of like landmarks for us on the progress. I'm so far pretty excited about the news this morning. Let me keep going. Wait, I can turn that one off now. We can turn off the banner. Oh, wow. That is over the top. That is too much. Texas Cal, happy Thanksgiving. Thank you. Troy, thank you for that super sticker. Billy Nanner says the releases are to come out to, Nader says releases are come out today or tomorrow. I've heard that from a couple of folks, guys. I just can't give you a complete, and I don't want to raise expectations higher than they need to be. David, Mr. War Turtle, I appreciate you. Meps, I am planning on a short Thanksgiving Day broadcast, just hellos, family, etc. If there's any news, I'll share it, but it is mostly going to be a feel-good one for those without family or friends or those that just don't like their family. Now, the timeline has everybody bewildered. It's because we're guessing without all the material, and we have to. If they made it clear what the timeline's going to be, the whole thing would go off the rails. Any kind of reset, change of value would be destroyed. Sucks. Could be worse. We can know absolutely nothing, know nothing about it, and never get to take advantage of it. Colbert, happy 63rd. Although I guess we can call you Colbert. That's kind of fun, right? All right, let's keep running. JP Morgan, who had no issues banking Epstein, abruptly closes Strike CEO Jack Mahler's account. Jack, and pretty big account too. So JP Morgan Chase abruptly closed Strike CEO Jack Mahler's personal accounts last month, giving him no warning and offering only a cryptic explanation, according to Yahoo Finance. Mahler's posted on X last month, JP Morgan Chase threw me out of the bank, noting how odd it was given that my dad has been a private client for over 30 years. When asked why, the bank simply told him we aren't allowed to tell you. Framed it. Weren't we told Trump did an executive order that they were going to stop this debanking? This one, they're just trying to debank him because the banks are terrified of the competition coming from the crypto side, or should I say decentralized finance. It has the ability to destroy the legacy banking system, to make it unnecessary, costly, overbearing, etc., to remove the need altogether. So they weaponize the legacy banks against to try to keep these other companies from even be able to get off the ground and get market share. Patriot, we'll talk about the controversy with DOGE being done. Got one on that one to talk about today too. So as we're watching this activity, I mean, this is the same bank that's worried about having a legitimate CEO, but they were not worried about what it might do to the reputation of having Epstein, even after a prosecution. So as I watch this one, we have more work to do. We are still having conservatives being debanked. We still have crypto people being debanked that are trying to develop alternatives or parallel services, banking like or similar to. We have more work to do. Much more work to do. Here, let's get to your takeaways from the dismissals. Well, we don't even really need to read the 5 takeaways. Here's your nutshell. Activist judge decides to throw it out, causing all kinds of procedural issues, not because there was anything wrong with the indictments or anything, but they're saying that the attorney that was appointed may or may not have been properly appointed. In other words, guilt here. They're not questioning whether there's enough to indict or do those. They're questioning who filed the paperwork to indict, not the right or wrong. So when you see this, they're not saying the judge didn't even try that approach, just tried to use a technicality to toss it out, but no prejudice, meaning it can still be brought by somebody else. And this is going to cause some back and forth over the powers of the president to appoint when Senate filibusters or Senate refuses to vote on judges, etc. This, like I told you before, is Trump pushing the envelope to force the Supreme Court to rule on these things. So now it continues to grind up. Globalists are doing it again. They're doing exactly what was expected. They are pushing through any kind of lawfare they can. The negative is Now it goes up and we have precedents being established. But I get a kick out of it because some of the same precedents that she's using to try to get them off the hook, which I do not think is going to ultimately be successful. I do believe they're going to get them for their guilty crimes. But it points out the weaponization. They're claiming that Trump is weaponized to go after political opponents. But it confirms that they did the same thing to Trump. So there are going to be a lot of lawsuits that have been taken out against Trump folks. There's going to be a lot of stuff tossed out depending on how this precedence goes. They're screwing themselves, and I am enjoying watching it. This is chess. DOGE quietly disbanded despite having 8 months remaining on the charter. Yes, they have quietly disbanded DOGE. I'm not happy about this. Some of you guys may think it's not important. I think it's important. To me, it makes it feel like we're not going to get a full reset when I see things. So I really want to see them come back and show us that they are cleaning things up. They're saying they don't need DOGE anymore. It's now just part of the mindset in the Trump administration. They're always looking to clean house, cut numbers, etc. Native Dow. Thanksgiving, my favorite turkey, MarkZ. Thank you, Native Dow gal. Statute of limitations. Now, it depends on what they book him for. But yes, there's going to be a lot of developments coming on that one. So they're claiming that DOGE has been debunked. They're saying the charter, yes, but there's still DOGE-like assemblies. They're still doing things to clean up. This is kind of a mess as they watch it. Ron DeSantis, DOGE fight the swamp, and the swamp won. I wanted you all's take. We have a lot more to go through on this front before we get to reality, which is normal in news because we're getting pieces and parts and not the whole story. We're going to have to keep digging. Did the swamp win? Had they already done the job they wanted and exposed what they needed? And then we're off to the Ukraine again. Ukraine tentatively agreeing to a Trump-backed peace plan. Of course, we still had bombings going on overnight, and that is going to continue, guys. Russia would be foolish to stop pressing its advantages until that peace deal is signed. Ukraine would be silly to stop fighting back until that peace deal is signed and just roll over. It all makes sense. That's the question rose to me too. Or is DOGE already done with their job? Have they already gone through? Have they already pulled all the information? It is all prepared and ready. They don't have to stay for what's done with the information. Have they finished their job of compiling it all, showing the grift, the theft, the inefficiencies? So that was one of the questions I wanted to ask you guys. Somebody believes optics. Joy believes optics. Ongoing floor there. They're still going. Do you think we'll pick up investing services if not the... Oh, wait. Who do you think will pick up investing services if not the banks? I think that's exactly what you're going to see a lot of the banks doing now. Before the banks started, I mean, they just really started offering wealth management type things kind of on the side and products. Before, you always went to a wealth manager outside of the bank. Then they started developing them within their bank. Some of them had them pretty much from the beginning. You would go to your Edward Jones office, one of these offices around town. You'd have your personal investor that would help you. Banks are going to have to fill those roles because they're not going to be able to make as much money on every transaction, putting your money up for credit card bills, loaning because they can't hypothecate money out of nothing. The banks are going to fill that, or they're going to go out of business and be gone. Huge credit card scandal in the city of Daytona Beach, Florida. I haven't heard of it yet, Frank. Yep, Kathy, we've been talking about that one this morning. Ukraine accepted terms of a peace broker deal. Well, tentatively, they said there's a few small details to work out. I am hearing it is possible that we will have our first real ceasefire this week. Fred's take ISO 20022 in place. That's doing what DOGE did and identifies every part of every transaction. It's out in the open. That could be part of it. That is not a copper bracelet. It is for trying to remember what you call them, like basically radio waves, etc. Help absorb them in our electronic world. It's pretty cool. It's ripping fast. Yeah, I'm with you, Chico. Bring Doge back. Excellent. Happy birthday. D Lang, yeah, no, I'm not. I take it that too, and that is one of the other things that they said. They no longer need a separate Doge because it is embedded in all the agencies now, and that one sounds really good. I just hope it's accurate. I want a watchdog. Yeah, okay. What all we talked? We talked about most everything already. We will have Ron the Inventor joining us momentarily. EMF, there you go, Jay. EMF. Ruth says she thinks it's fake news. See the article. Whoa, bring it down, slow it down. Talking about using the military for Mark Kelly and seditious talks. There's been a lot of back and forth going on. Yes. That's another one that I'm watching play out instead of jumping on the hype wagon with it. What's going on in the Caribbean? U.S. is certainly positioned. They got a lot of forces here. They got a lot of forces, the U.S. Virgin Islands as well. St. Thomas or St. Croix, maybe both. A lot more going on in Puerto Rico. We've talked about it, what we're seeing. Some of the Reaper drones you could see on the tarmac. Some of the airports, you no longer see them at Aguadilla, so I don't know if they moved them or they now have them covered. You will have Mr. C this week. He is planning on joining. Voice is starting to wear out already. I think I'm going, I can try it. I can try it. And then we'll just answer a few more questions before we bring Ron in. We'll be back this evening with Dr. J. Gone fishing. Andy swears he's going to be here. We'll see. Knock on wood. Excellent. Rose, Broken Spur, Britt, Doug, Ron, Stephen, Colbert. Yes, we already talked about Comey and James and the technicality of judges claiming, guys, there's appeals and everything else. Let's say that judge was right and it does get dismissed because of a technicality. It's still without prejudice. Some of those charges can absolutely still be brought. So nobody knee-jerk on that one yet. Activist judges, it's sad to say, but we really need activist judges on the conservative side to do similar things to force the crises. That's my opinion. So they tell me it's your birthday. Well, happy birthday, darling. May you live, may you love, may all your dreams come true. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. To all those celebrating. I met Ron the Inventor, the other one, Ron Papil of the Pocket Fisherman. I got a kick out of him. He had so many. He was fun to listen to his ads. That's for certain. All right. While I can still talk, I'm going to go ahead and bring Ron in if he's ready. Just wave if you are. He's waving. Glad you're there.
How you doing, Mark?
I just needed it today. I'm good.
Fantastic. Boy, so many things going on. There's so much fake news out there, too, that keeps reporting. It's hard to know what's real from fake, but we all do know we're in the right direction, and this roller coaster is almost over. It's not the stomach-turning time that's coming. It's I made it through time that's coming.
I like that.
I wanted to go over some things. I know it's really close. Thanksgiving's right around the corner. I was looking at the dining room table saying, look how peaceful and quiet it is. And pretty soon it's going to be filled with turkeys all around it. But there's so much going on. And as soon as you wink your eye and finally digest that dinner, it's going to be Christmas time. So we're going to start with the Christmas sale, the MarkZ Mega Christmas sale. We're going to start with one of the most vital pieces that we have in the fleet. And we did it last time for Halloween. And we said that we have treats for everybody that buys. And we showed the little candy dish filled with different things of what everybody can get with it. We were going to drop one little treat in each. If you talk to the people out there that did receive theirs, they got all the different treats in with every package. And we're going to go a little crazy again this time. We're going to talk about the OmniMat, but that's not the only one. And it's just like, did you ever wake up in the morning and feel like you got hit by yesterday? Or you woke up feeling fine, but by noon you've crashed, and the doctors are telling you that's normal for your age. If your body is screaming, even whispering for that reset, it's all about the OmniMat that rewires you from the core.
7 layers, 133 healing stones, jade, tourmaline, amethyst stones firing far infrared up to 6 inches below the surface of the skin, red photon lights, PEMF pulses, aluminum and copper EMF shields. It doesn't whisper benefits, it detonates them. From far infrared torches inflammation.
Here's the bag. It comes in embroidered, easy to travel. That's awesome. But we don't stop here. Here it is, a trifold. Look at this couch. And yet it's hanging so far over the couch. This ain't them tiny little mats out there. It's not the cheap ones, but look how nice. Trifold opens, plug it in, really simple to use. Here it is. Look at this. Power on, you choose your heat, your settings with the knob, very easy to use. Putting on PEMF, red photon for an unbelievable, but I'm not a doctor. And I'm not going to put false information out there. So what we like to do is I'm showing you this and some of the goodies that are going to come with it, because everything's going to be 50% off except for 2 things. Number 1, the car cycle. I wish, but I'd have to sell my house and live in a cardboard box. And I can't find a cardboard box right now. So please don't send me cardboard boxes. And number 2 is going to be Genesis, the Genesis Regeneration Pod. Those are the 2, not 50% off, but we're also going to throw in all kinds of different things. We're not going easy. It's Christmas time. Money is tough. 50% off is amazing, but also getting so much more. And we're going to cover that in a minute, because what I want to do, since I'm not a doctor, I'm not medically qualified to say these things. I just work with frequencies and electronics always. I want you guys to hear what doctors, scientists, researchers, even colleges that are doing tests, what they come up with.
German University of Stuttgart published blood pressure drops 10 points in 1 session. National Institutes of Health, NIH, detoxes heavy metals through sweat, revs liver, kidney, white blood cells.
Well, calling in.
Dr. Len Horowitz says it's thermal gold organs humming, immunity locked, red photon, stem cell factory, UCLA, collagen up, wounds heal twice as fast, redness down 30%. National Nature Journal, cuts cytokines, by the way, is caused by the jab. Arthritis flares gone. Tissue regeneration. Glow inside out. PEMF mimics Earth. From the Journal of Rehabilitation, crushes joint pain, cartilage repair, healing 6 days faster, back, knees, bones, swelling drop. Frontiers in sports, better heart rhythm, circulation to every organ. Mitochondria, UCLA, says red lights plus far infrared crank ATP by 30%. Fatigue's dead, you're reborn. And even if you're symptom-free, use it preventatively. Buck Institute slows telomeres and can extend them with continuous use, keeping cells young. Swedish trial, 20 minutes daily / osteoporosis risk by 60% in healthy folks. Outrun aging. OmniMat fuses ancient stone heat with NASA-grade tech. One, lie down, pain gone, energy endless, mind clear, body bulletproof. Let science reclaim what time has torn apart with OmniMat, and it starts now.
How crazy is this? And it comes with this pad. It's a pillow top cover for it. Keep it nice, keeping it clean. Also, some people say, oh, it feels a little hard. Nice, simple, easy. And that comes with every one. They are all sealed in plastic when they go out. I was showing you some of the fun little things that are also going to be coming with it absolutely free, like Toxaway. This little puppy right here, what does it remove? Heavy metals from the body, right here. But does it stop there? Of course not. This is also radiation, pulling it out of the body, different toxins, microplastics. How many people are talking about microplastics today? How do you get rid of them from the body? Toxaway. A simple bath with this. And it's 3 baths actually in the first week. It takes it out of your major organ, your largest organ on your body, which is your skin, not through your liver, causing fatty liver, liver disease, liver problems. The more toxins you put through your liver, the more at risk it is. But no, it opens up the pores and pulls these right out of the skin. Toxaway. When you get the mat, we're throwing gifts in for everybody. And that just happens to be one of them. We got the Stargate watch, great necklace, beautiful pendant in a nice display box. All of the different stones and crystals are right on the back of each one of those beads. It's fully copper, 100% solid. But we also have magnets built into it as well. 5,000 Gauss. It takes 700 to affect the blood and the ions in your blood for unclotting the blood. As we get older, our blood starts clotting up. That's why we're more at risk for heart attacks and strokes and so many other diseases. Just by wearing it, it protects like a Faraday cage around you from the different EMFs that are out there, from these radio waves that we're putting into the air right now using this. This absorbs and shields, plus viruses, germs, bacteria. It runs frequency with bone conducting probes built right into the back of it. Right there, that circle right there. It's a bone conducting probe. So while you're wearing it and it sits right on the chest cavity, needs that hard surface to use, and it puts the frequencies directly into your body. Also, by using that on the left temple. Now, how to use it on the left temple? What I always do, here it is, it's adjustable. So I simply make it tight, small, so it's great for tall people, short people, don't matter. You can adjust the cord on it. I loop it around this ear and let it sit right on the temple. I'm totally hands-free, look a little ridiculous, don't answer the door this way, but I can still move around the house. I'm not married to a wall outlet. It's not like I can't cook or I can't do emails or anything else. I can still do everything and get my frequencies in every single day. So we have a ton of things we want to give. This is the season now of giving and being thankful. So you guys get to be thankful as we start doing the giving. We're starting off with the OmniMat. You just heard what doctors, scientists, and researchers say about this. Plus, now with this pillow top quilted cover that comes with it free. Free. They're not thousands of dollars like so many are making claims and statements out there. But so many of you have wrote to us telling us they didn't feel anything. They didn't see anything. They're using them for years and nothing's happened. Yeah, that's why we wanted to put on what doctors, scientists, and researchers are saying. OmniMat's amazing. And we want everybody out there to get on these. Remember, you can drop the whole family on it. You don't have to buy 50 of them. You don't have to buy 4 of them. The whole family gets to use it when they need it. It does so much for the body. It's absolutely amazing. Go to our website, rontheinventor.com. We have all kinds of things. And right now, the MarkZ Mega Christmas Sale is starting right now. And we're going to run it right up until, oh, that's right, we got the birthday coming up. And I'm going to be listening on December 23rd to hear Ron the Inventor and a birthday song specifically reached out, touched my heart. But in the meantime, we want to touch your hearts. We don't stop once the sale is done and we get it out. Not true. What we do is every single Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, we run a conference call. If anybody has any problems with the product, you don't remember how to use it, or you're just curious about another product, you come right onto that conference call. We do not get off that conference call until every question and problem is answered or solved. That's the kind of customer service we always wanted. And as seniors, we want to provide that for other people. You don't have to worry when you have one of these products. Does it sound confusing? All of our products do multiple things, never just one, which is phenomenal. When you're talking about your cells, telomeres, it's insane to know what this does. Some things would be medical claims, so I'm refraining from it. But we have something huge about to release. We're waiting for you, Mark, on this one, because Genesis, the bioregeneration pod, we're releasing at the end of January. It's on the website now. This thing is absolutely amazing. People are saying, oh, yeah, you know, it's the celestial chamber, it's a med bed, it's this, it's that. It is a wellness bed for all legal reasons. We have the full write-up on that. If you go onto the website and click on that page that comes up on the homepage, it's going to bring you straight down to our write-up of what this pod can do. And wow, MedBed, I didn't say it, you guys are saying it, but it would be 101. Definitely. So we're super excited. We are so sure of Genesis, this commercial unit that we just put together. We're getting it out there. And can you buy it? Yes. Yes. Can you start a business with it? Of course, you start a business with anything. People start a business with ice. They make snow cones. So you can do a business with anything. But we're going coast to coast. And we want you guys to be healthy. So we're opening up a couple locations, a couple in California. We're covering the East Coast to where you can book an appointment to get on Genesis, to deal with your things. What's that magic word? Oh, free. 100% free. Your first session's free. You can book an appointment online and for a free session. It's not for one person, it's for everybody. We're so sure of what this will do for your health, for your overall well-being. I don't care what your age is. You want to kick that clock back. That's what we call it, clicking the clock back. It's not. It's recharging your cells, bringing everything back to a baseline, putting that spring back in your step. And I know as you get older, even your balance starts going out of nowhere. You're standing up and you're like, whoa, it's time to reset. We're just running low on battery. And the Genesis, even with free sessions, that's what we're offering. This is a great holiday. And that's basically what we got for you, Mark.
That's a lot. I wasn't expecting all that. Good stuff, though.
I did forget one thing. When you go on the website, you want that 50% off. Don't forget to put in MarkZ in the promo code, because you're not going to get it. I know in the past, a bunch of people, we end up calling you and saying you didn't put the code in. So we're calling up people to save you 50%. But please try to remember, MarkZ in the promo code, you're going to be getting all kinds of amazing things. Things that pull the parasites out of your body. Is it going with all of them? Surprise. Are you getting the Volt? Which, what does this do? 4 channels, 4 different modes, from pain management to electronic muscle massage to toning muscles, circulation, building strong, healthy muscles. This is amazing. But is it going to be with yours? Like I said, the last time we said you're going to get one of these. We put all 3 gifts in every one of them that went out. I think every single one had them. So are you getting it? Are you getting it? Let's find out. That's the fun of opening up a present. So that's what we got for you this week. We are so stoked, so excited with everything. And again, the end of January is when we're releasing Genesis. In black or white, doesn't matter. Those are the 2 basic colors, Phil, that goes with everything. This thing is big. It's not a tiny little instrument. This thing is 7 foot long, 3 foot wide. It's got a top and a bottom. You lay in it, you're the meat in this sandwich of health. Frequencies, bombarding, light, vibration, sound, going from Earth's frequency or the Schumann resonance all the way up. Full spectrum light. You've never seen or felt anything like this. And that's why we're giving free sessions away. So don't forget to mention MarkZ when you fill out, because you never know how much more stuff you're going to get with every package or that free session. Who knows what that could turn into?
Yeah, I think that's going to be really neat when you start doing those. I'd be interested in putting one down here for certain. Ron, thank you. Hopefully you got big plans for your Thanksgiving week.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And we always have to start days in advance getting ready. But it's always a lot of fun. I love this time of the year. This is the best time of the year. Our military's doing what it has to. Our president's doing what it has to. I can almost smell that snow, making the perfect holiday time. So I wish everybody a great Thanksgiving and think what to be grateful for, because there's so much more this year than ever before. And we're going to give you a bunch more things to be thankful for, like pain, inflammation, draining from your body, like that.
Again, guys, you can go to rontheinventor.com. They also do on Sundays regular. Just scroll down till you see a little thing about their conference call. You can find their contact information on the website, product information, all of those good things. And see how I keep scrolling because there's so much information. But then we're going to make it down here to their neighborhood conference call that they do Sunday evenings. Like you said, they don't leave until all questions are answered. So if he's not seeing it here, just wait, do the conference call on a Sunday night with him and ask him those questions.
Awesome. Mark, thank you. Have a great, great Thanksgiving. An unbelievable Christmas we know we're all about to have. But we're ready. I'm quiet. I know a lot of things are happening. So we're staying calm. Trying to stay calm. I need another limitless patch.
I appreciate you, Ron. Everybody else, I'll see you this evening with Dr. Jay Caprietta at 7:00 with the pastor. Be prepared. He's been bringing the heat in a good way. He's been bringing the Holy Ghost. All right, Ron, thank you. Mods, thank you. See you folks this evening.